Welcome Strategy Battle Gamers to another GBHL YouTube video. You're here for another sit and talk. It's not sit and talk.
It's not sit and talk. Speak for any question.
It's been that long, it feels like.
Yeah, it's been a week.
What it really is it's all the paint fumes. If you can't tell, I've been painting, and if you can't tell, we're in a different setting. Where are we, Jamie?
Yeah, we're in the Biotic Gym.
We are in the Biotic Gym. This is what I've been doing this week.
Yep. So the video could be a little bit echoey. We'll see what it turns out in the editing stages. But, yeah, you've been doing this all week. Or you did nothing else.
This is what I've been doing. This is what I've been doing. And if you're on my Facebook, if you're on GBHL, you've probably seen me doing it. I'm really sorry. I'm going to seem completely spaced out. And thank you very much, everybody who's like outing me on my Facebook. Like, oh yeah, James, are you using a fine detail brush? Are you using a dry brush for that? No, I'm not, because that is the real world. You guys all live in my little fantasy world outside this. Right, so I'm just trying to get up the speak friend and question now. I think from a glance we had quite a few questions this week.
Yeah, I think we had like over 40 or maybe like 39 or something.
That's really good.
I'm just throwing a number out there. I'm hoping it's going to be right.
And we've had a lot of Deadliest Warband content.
Yes, we have, yes, yeah.
How do you think that's been received?
Really well. The Lothlorien and the, what was it, Moria battle rap.
Lots of people get stoked. A lot of people thought Lothlorien was going to take it.
I thought they were going to take it. I was playing the game.
We were indeed. Okay, so we've got 32 questions this week. Now remember, if we do answer your question, what do these guys have to do?
You got to answer it, or ask us another question next week.
Okie dokie. So...
Also, ask your questions before Thursday, British time, because we record these on Thursdays, and if you ask on the Friday, the Saturday, or even the Sunday morning, we're not going to answer it.
No, we're not. Okay, so our first question is from Generation Shift 92. Now, special mention for this guy. He's not only going to paint my Morgul Knights, we're actually talking, he might actually be sponsoring an army for us. And actually paint an evil army so that you guys can see me playing with some Oxes, some Salt Thralls. Should be quite cool. So you put Matt here again, guys. Sorry I didn't comment last week. I was in the last week of my uni degree. Oh, good stuff. Well done. I've now finished my time in full-time education. Crazy times. And I've got a job in engineering design firm. Look forward to being paid again. Yeah, getting paid is always good, isn't it, Jamie?
Yeah, when you get paid correctly.
When you get paid. Jamie's having some tax problems. He's put great stuff as usual though, guys. Thanks for the support and the scout the other week. Well, it was an absolute pleasure. Thanks for your support for the channel as well. And I guess it'd be quite a good mutual thing because I think he's going to be painting them for his YouTube.
Yeah.
So make sure you all check out Generation Shift's YouTube channel. He's put, look forward to paying you guys back with some painting. My question today isn't really to do with SPG. I was wondering about you guys. What subjects did you take into college? And what sort of career would you love to peruse in the future with no limits? I know James was in the army. Was that something you always wanted to do, etc.? Thanks again. Take it easy. Happy hobbying. Do you want to answer that first?
So for me, at college, so I'll start at A-levels because GCSEs don't really...
What? I've got great GCSEs. Don't tell me they don't count.
Okay, yeah, okay, we'll start with GCSEs. Besides English, Maths and Science, I took graphic design, business studies, ICT, German, and something I always forget.
Language?
It was German. And something else.
Religious education?
No, and that's included by choice. not by choice, you know. And then for AS levels, I did sociology, biology, politics, critical thinking, and something else, which I've also forgotten. It's been a long time. It feels like a long time ago, at least. Then I took it all to do history at degree level, which I got a 2-1 in, despite not attending.
That's what most people do, isn't it? They don't attend. But if you are watching this and you're about to go into university,
attend. It can
attend. It's important. It really is important.
Especially if you get graded on it, or you get quite a lot of courses now include marks for attendance. I was quite lucky. I had a 5% attendance record, but they didn't have any marks for it, so there was no motivation for me to attend. When I can just read the books in my own time, which I did do.
How did you end up working for Lego?
Yeah, so I worked at Legoland. Basically, in my second year of university, I was like, I need a job. I've been looking in Sheffield for 1 year now. I've not found one yet. So went back to hometown. My friend Harry at the time was working at Legoland. So I got a job with that. Then once university finished, I thought, right, I'm here, I might as well make something for the 2 years I've been here. Gym manager position came up, so I went for it, and I was fortunate enough to get it. and I've been there at that
Not
position
fortunate,
since.
Jamie. Skilled. Skilled enough to get it. That's right. Able enough to get it. I believe in this guy. He's going to be a millionaire. For myself, I've got good GCSEs. I was always expected to go off to university and do some kind of English or history. I was always good at English and history. Got a couple of A stars at GCSE. Got an A in history and everything. Went to college. What did I do at college? Did philosophy, English, joint English. Did some media studies. What else did I do? I did classics.
Oh yeah.
So I like classical history as well, and literature and things. And then after about 4 weeks, I'd had enough because it was too much. I thought it was going to be like I was out on my own. It was going to be really independent. You know, college is more in like it's more like school than school.
It's school, yeah.
It is like school, and I thought I've had enough of school.
Yeah.
And so I got into that whole thing of what am I doing with my life? Yeah. And decided to join the army. And it was through the journey of trying to get fit to join the army that I learned sort of that whole thing of working hard. Because I always sort of naturally got through school. I didn't really work that hard.
You don't push yourself, you just go through a natural ability. I did the exact same thing.
Yeah, yeah. And it's I think if you do that and you don't learn the values of hard work, because I'm a big believer that if you work hard at anything, if you really, really work hard, because I work really hard, and I know you work hard as well. If you work hard at anything in life, you can achieve anything. Like you really, really can. And that process of getting into the army and people saying that I couldn't do it because I wasn't physical, you know, that was a big thing for me. So when I left the army, I wanted to keep fit, and I used some of my money to do a personal training diploma, and that's how it all started. I started working in a gym and just worked my way up from there, and now look at me, I've got my own gym. Amazing! Absolutely amazing. So yeah, that's a bit about us. Thanks very much for asking. It's always nice when people show a bit of interest in who we are.
People behind the names, sort of thing.
The faces. Camille Domansky. Hi guys, thanks for my answer. Thanks for answering my questions last week. My daughter was very happy to hear that she can play with your Lego, Jamie.
Spaceship! Spaceship!
That's one of the cool parts of the Lego movie.
It really is.
That would be an epic battle rap. Well, just you wait, guys, because Jamie and I have got something incredibly cool planned for you at some point. That's right. I can't wait. We've got to do that soon. It's going to be so good. Okay, back to business. This week's question is about Grima and his worm tongue. If a hero's got one might left and Grima is next to him, does that mean he can't use a heroic action? Rulebook quotes, 2 might points must be expended instead of 1. Thank you, and you'll never walk on. So he can't use it. Yeah, so he can't.
Your heroic action is costable, so it's like having no might essentially.
Yeah. Oh dear. So yeah, he's a bit of a pain. So just do what most people do. Sorcerer's Blast him.
He's vulnerable to magic, so use your magic to kill him off.
This was a good call with the popcorn and the coke. There's a great video. Which video is that? Has that been released? We both opened that at the same time.
Got released today, Thursday.
Brilliant. That was fun.
Diet Coke break.
Next up we got Khalid Mubarak. He's put, hello guys. It would be cool if you guys did come to Dublin. Sad I've got my exams when this goes out. There's a games workshop and gaming shops around. There's also a fair number of cultural sites near the city centre if you ever make a holiday. You did go to Dublin, didn't you?
I went to Dublin.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
I think you should retell the story.
Okay, basically, I took €40 from me saying like, I don't need any more than this. This is my limit. I'm not going to spend any more. Got to Dublin about, must have been about 11 o'clock. My flight was delayed going out. Got to the airport. I had just missed the bus, so I then had to wait. It was a one every hour thing, so waited an hour at the airport. Got on the bus. Return ticket to Wicklow, please. €23. I was like, oh, how much? It's like €23. Like,
23.
that's over half my budget gone. I've already spent money on the plane over buying like breakfast. I was like, oh, great. 2 hour, no, hour and 45 journey down to Wicklow. Did the casting call for Vikings, which I really hope I'll get a part in. As the next month.
We all cross our fingers and toes. I'm sure it'll happen.
Yeah.
And you got told to keep growing that beard, huh?
Keep growing the beard. So you'll see, sort of, sometime between now and September, I might get a call asking go be a Viking. So until then, the beard's got to be left growing. So it might get quite long by September.
At which point I might have to do this Q&A by myself. So get all of your difficult questions out of the way now, and just ask me nice things like, you know, what's my favourite colour, stuff like that. I'm good at those kind of questions.
So after all that, I got talking to some of the guys who also got the casting call. We went for lunch, then came back, and I was meant to be meeting up with a couple of guys, Dave and Ian, for a game recorded. But with having so little money and not knowing the local fairs and things, I did not want to get off the bus early in case then I couldn't get back home because he'd clicked my ticket to the return's been used. So I was like, just got to go to the airport and not get stuck in Dublin. Got to the airport and I was like 5 hours early for my flight, so I was just stranded reading a book. Had 3 cups of tea. It's the first time I've really had tea.
I know, I was really shocked when you told me that you drank tea, because Jamie's one of these weirdos that doesn't drink hot drinks, which is actually more common than I ever thought, because I've actually met a few people who don't drink hot drinks. I mean, you're all weirdos. you're all losers. I mean, what?
I chose to drink the hot drinks over the cold drinks this time, because like, I don't have much money. It's going to last me 5 hours, and a cup of tea is going to last me probably a lot longer than a Diet Coke would, especially from McDonald's where they water it down.
Yeah.
Lots of ice.
Yeah, that's true.
And I just drink it so quick that be gone. I'll be like, I'm thirsty again.
So, not an amazing experience in Dublin.
No, but then I wouldn't really say I went to Dublin. I went through Dublin to Wicklow.
Yeah. I mean, after hearing that story, I felt a little bit bad for not coming with you and showing you some support. But obviously, with the Biotic Gym, there's absolutely no. If I did get chosen to be a Viking, I look like a Viking at the moment. Have you seen the state of my hair and my beard?
You should see some of the guys there.
In the state.
You think we look like Vikings? They've like dedicated their life to having like the big knotty beard, hair down to here, or you know tied back, shaved at the side. You're like, you're well going to be an extra.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm going to do something. I'm punishing Jane, my fiance. She's a hairdresser, and I'm punishing her this Friday night. I've got an Afro-Caribbean client of mine called Charlene Hernandez. Charlene Hernandez is going to be cornrowing this bad boy.
Pictures for the Facebook group.
That's right. I'll put pictures up, and it's just it's not because I think cornrows are cool. Not that I think they're uncool to anybody who's got cornrows, but it's just to wind my fiance up and punish her for not cutting my hair for about 2 months at least. So yeah. So anyway, we've got a question here from Hamid. He's put, I'm hoping to have my first real game of The Hobbit after my exams. Wow, enjoy. The Horse Lords shall soon ride to hopefully many victories. It's tough going. I'm just going to say that. Don't expect too much. You know, just because you've been watching these fat reps where I cheat my way to victory. Don't think that they're particularly great. They've got their strengths. I've edited my Rohan list since I last mentioned it. It's now 499 points. He's got Erkenbrand on horse. That's good. Yep. He's got 4 Sons. That's good. He's got 6 Westfold Red Shields. Got 3 throwing spears with those, and 2 have got axes and a sword. Warband 2, he's got Eowyn fully kitted out, 6 Westfold Red Shields, 3 Outriders on a horse, and he's got Arwen on horse in there as well.
Okay.
That
So he's trying out the Nature's Wrath thing where you get charged and you knock them over.
Let me know how that goes. I think that's a cool little thing. Erkenbrand's unit is the main assault unit, with Eowyn's unit being a ranged support and harassing unit, and late game mop-up. Yeah, well, I'd suggest you keep Eowyn's unit about 10 inches away from your charge.
Charge in secondary. Use the whole army as a skirmishing army. Don't think you've got to go straight for the charge.
No, don't do that. I don't do that, do I?
No.
I'll just shoot stuff for a while.
It's the way to play when you've got that movement.
Yep. Arwen is going to be running with Erkenbrand going out Nature's Wrath. I'm tempted to convert the sword wielding riders with maces on chain to use the whirl and bash special strikes.
I wouldn't use bash, you're knocking over if you win anyway. Whirl could be a decent shout though. But then you're sacrificing your fight value, you go down to fight 1.
And then what's the point of paying for a Westfold Red Shield if you're sacrificing fight value?
Guess what could be cool is if you have knocked them, like let's say you've been charged and knocked them over. Let's say 2 guys have gone in against you, they've fallen over because of Nature's Wrath. If you then whirled, you hit each of them, you double it to 2 strikes.
Ooh.
I think it could work, but I think just axes would in the majority of the game, work better for you.
And I would agree with that point. Hey, look who we've got here. We've got JT from Awkward Battles, Mr. Huddersfield. How's it going? Looks like his business is doing all right. Got some good local gamers in there. Hi guys, I've missed these Q&As. Well, we've missed you too, JT. I've been very, very busy lately, but now thankfully I'm able to catch up on my office days. You've got a lot to catch up with. Done a lot of videos. My question is, if you are useless at pre-planning like me, is there a super cheesy combination you would recommend for throwing the scores to give a fighting chance to somebody who isn't competitive and expects to die miserably?
Nothing's particularly super cheesy.
It's something that can take out something.
Yeah.
Mirage, Watcher Arcana spam's a good shout.
Yeah. Shade, Reavers. What's going to be good for these scenarios? Knowing that we're going to be playing Desolation of Smaug scenarios on the second day, it's going to be all three of them.
And a bit of mobility.
Mobility is key, and having a general who can move quickly without being mounted, in case you get the scenario where you have to set up 6 inches on the board edge and move across. Things like Guahir, Gulvar, I guess even Gildor, but he's not great as a general. Mahur, people who can move fast will work well.
But also, if you wanted a TOS force with 10 or less models, what would you choose?
10 or less.
Radagast on the Slave with Sebastian, Bayon on the Bear, and Treebeard. That's 600 points.
Yeah.
Hoorah.
What did I take again? It was like 4 Fell Beasts and Shelob. Or 3 Fell Beasts and Shelob.
I think so.
3 in Shelob. Eagles could do well. The Eagle armies that we've been seeing, they could do well.
Alistair could do well.
Radagast Eagles, Alfred.
Next up we've got XTS Warzone.
Hello.
That's a cool name. Not met you on here before, does it?
No.
Hey guys, thought I might ask a question for once. Yes, welcome. And what's he need to do?
You need to ask another one next week. Now you're stuck in the loop.
That's right. You are in the loop. Right, so at the moment, I'm writing a tabletop war game. That's cool. It's got simple mechanics and doesn't take too long to play. So the question is, would you consider having a look at it? Yeah, of course would.
Yeah.
Send details to ilovewargaming@gmail.com and of course we'll take a look. It's more of a shooting-based game rather than like Lord of the Rings. Oh, and if I wanted to play with my 100+ model miniature collection of Lord of the Rings, should I get the Hobbit rulebook or the Lord of the Rings one? Thanks guys, I'm really enjoying the Deadliest Warband series.
Hooray!
Deadliest Warband's cool.
It's very good. Buy the Hobbit rulebook. Lord of the Rings ones, it's an old edition, so those rules are outdated now. And yeah, let us know what the sort of genre and things of your tabletop war game are. Might have a look at it.
Next up, we've got Elliot MacDonald, the young Abe Lincoln.
Young Abe.
Young Abe. He's put, right, I'm going to comment early, else I'll forget like always. Yeah, that's a good thing to do, like comment after you've watched. It's always a good idea to watch, make sure your question hasn't been answered before. He's put, James, you've said before, sorry, Jane is ringing me, decline. You've said before, quite a while ago, that you're quite into mythology. Can you elaborate a bit? I've got quite an interest in Germanic mythology myself. Ah, very interesting. Well, when I was a lot younger, when I was like really young, really young, infant school, I was obsessed with Greek mythology. Like, absolutely obsessed with Greek mythology, and then a bit of Norse mythology as well. You know, some of the usual kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm interested in it. Still know a bit myself, but not a massive expert. Just know quite a bit. And but Jamie, can you do a Jon Snow impression, please? Jon Snow.
Well, what does Jon say? I cannot do it. I cannot abandon my brothers.
You sound like a Geordie.
Yeah. I think he is a little bit. just look confused.
He's going to work on that. Will you work on that for next Q&A?
Sure.
Okay. Jamie's going to work on that for the next Q&A. I'm eagerly awaiting details of the next Stockport event in September. I know it's a while off, but I can't wait. Yeah, neither can we. And details will be coming soon. Also, t-shirts, etc. Don't worry, we're on it.
He's on it.
I am on it. I'm slightly waylaid, but I am on it. Next up, we've got Billy Fitzmaurice. He's put, thanks for answering my question this week. Don't worry, James. I won't be bringing Kingdoms of Men to Throne of Skulls. I'm not a good player anyway, as I've only been into the hobby since the start of the year. Well, if you're not a good player, you're okay to bring Kingdoms of Men. Anybody who's not a good player, bring Kingdoms of Men. I'm happy with that. That's better, because of how it works.
Karma's going to come around and bite you in the ass, you know.
Yeah, I know it is. I'm going to get absolutely destroyed. But, as for your reply about the Goblin Scribe, I did test him out, and he is well worth the points cost. My first question this week, in a game of Lords of Battle, would the Goblin the Scribe brings on count towards the VPs for each enemy wound? Yeah.
Yep. It's an enemy wounded.
For example, the Goblin Scribe brings on 2 models, they both get taken down, would my opponent get 2 VPs? Yep. My second question is, will you guys be recording any footage at Throne of Skulls? I know you won't be doing any bat reps, but what about player arming interviews? As I thought they went down really well when you did them at the Desolation of Stockport. Thanks again for your answers and keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Are we allowed to record?
We're going to need to speak to Nick Baton probably. See if we can get permission to do any recording, even if it's just shots of the hall, see everyone there.
I can imagine that based on what we've been doing this last year, that they might actually be quite open to us promoting the event. But you never know.
There's always those. It would be fine. Let's say it wasn't a PLC company and it was your own company. You'd be more than happy to let it happen. Because it's such a big company, they've got to be really super cautious about who they or how they get presented.
Of course they do. And you know, we're just loose cannons.
Yeah.
So we could do anything, and that's not good. Because what if you turned around and said something like racist or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah. If we said something that's sort of not to their guidelines.
Not that we would, by the way.
No, we're
not.
Yeah. But
if anything, we're anti it based on some of our discussion.
But we've had the odd swear word slip through. And
yes.
If it does slip through on that particular video, Games Workshop could come down really hard on us, or the person who made the decision to let us do it could have horrible repercussions of it. So it'd be really nice to record something, but we're not. I'm not expecting to be allowed to.
Next up, we've got Frida. He's put, hey guys, I'm back.
Good man.
Back, man. Frida. I have a huge backlog of videos since mid-March to watch. I'm stoked. Wow, you've got loads. Congrats on the success of the Desolation of Stockport.
Thank you.
It was a huge success.
Very good.
I just got back into painting last night after securing a job for the summer. Lots of money for toy soldiers.
Congratulations.
Well done. But I'll be painting my Radagast on sleigh very soon. I've assembled the sleigh, but I'm leaving Radagast and the side terrain pieces unattached to the sleigh, so they will be easier to paint. Yeah. Are there any special tricks for painting a model like Radagast that doesn't have a base I can hold on to whilst painting? I'm afraid of ruining my paint job if I hold him by his body. Thanks for the immense amount of video content, guys. A-star work. Thank you very much, Frida.
You're welcome. I guess you could maybe pin underneath him, put a couple of wire in there and hold that as your thing to paint, but I can't imagine it being particularly steady.
No. Best thing to do is go onto the Shadow and Flame Facebook group and ask there, because those guys will give you so many painting tips. And UK Freddy Bear is putting together my Radagast sleigh as we speak, so he might be able to give you some real good tips. So I hope that helps. Next up we've got Kurt Leach. He's put, Jamie, I also watched the Viking series.
Good.
And my question is, can Dalamir throw his smoke bomb without charging?
If it's a thrown weapon, I assume so, yes. If it's got a special rule where is it when charging you may throw, then no. Depends on his wording. As usual, we don't have our rule books for this with us. So.
Okay, next up we've got Mark Bebe. Hey guys. Hey Bebe.
Hello.
Our Knights of Minas Tirith are better or just good at their points compared to the Knights of Dol Amroth? But our Knights of Minas Tirith are better or just as good at their points compared to the Knights of Diana?
Well, they're not as good.
Lower fight.
You
Unarmed force.
You save what? You save 7 points by taking Knight of Monastery with shield. Yeah. But you lose defence, armoured horse, and the fight value, and the ability to reroll if Emerhill's around. So, no, I would say if you've got the option to, and it fits into your force without messing about bringing in new heroes, take the Knights of the Landmark.
I agree. And Imrahill is a very good hero to have.
Yeah.
All the threes in all the right places. Next up, Urkburger, Scary Clown Man.
Oh.
Just so you can share that as well. I don't like it either. I agree that Jamie should get started on his homework right away. And he's referring to the fact that he hasn't read Lord of the Rings.
I know he is.
Have you started?
Nope.
Jamie, come on. Get it sorted out, pal. Come on. I love the Lord of the Rings books a lot, but my favourite Tolkien read is Children of Húrin. Yeah, it's good. Have you read that?
I started reading that in uni, and then used it as a door prop. I'm making no friends to these questions.
I think we might start to lose subscribers. At least pretend to like Tolkien. I like Children of Húrin as well. I read it while I was in Mexico. Really quick read, good stories, good mythology. Yeah, I liked it. Good. I really liked its fast-paced and compelling story. Yeah, I read it in like a couple of days. My question this week is, if a Mumuk with tusk weapons ran into a fortification with defence 9 or 10, would the Mumuk receive 4 strength 9 hits instead of 3? Thanks again, guys, for all your work.
I think it would do, yes. Yeah. If it stampeded into it, yeah.
I have no idea. Next up, we've got Jonathan Punchon. He's put, great video as always, guys. My question this week is, can Fel Wargs benefit from Warg Chieftains' heroics?
Nope. I checked this one out before I came out.
Good man.
The Wild Warg Chieftains his Packmaster rule is for Wild Wargs. So it won't affect the Fel Wargs because they're not the same name.
Oh yeah, so the profile says only Wild Wargs, but I was wondering if this has been changed with an errata.
No, not as far as I'm aware. If there was a Fel Warg Chieftain, that'd be cool.
That would be cool. Keep up the good work and happy strategy battle gaming. Happy strategy battle gaming to you. Next up, we've got Gongor 1892. But hi there. My question this week is about the Mirkwood Rangers special rule Knife Fighters. I am just a bit confused about the wording as to whether it's up to 3 additional attacks taking them to 4 max, or an additional 2 attacks taking them to 3 max. Thanks guys, keep up the great work and more scenarios there, fantastic. Well, we are going to work on that.
Yeah. Lots of discussion has been said about this one, and depending on who you speak to, you get a different answer. What's been decided by the sort of community FAQ is that you will gain up to +3 attacks. So you can, if you're a regular guy, you can go up to 4 attacks. You're not capped at 3. Because otherwise the captains can only go up to 3. Whereas it makes sense that they would go up to 5. And they go up to 3. So, we're not too sure. That's what the community FAQ has decided.
Will we do an FAQ? Like an update?
What, from Games Workshop?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, February or something.
No, you never do one. You just expect to get them around that time.
Oh, right, okay. I thought we were people were waiting out on one. Next up, we've got Jamie Linus. He's put greetings and salutations to the 2Js. Loving all the vids, trying to catch up with all the new content. Fantastic. My question, Gandalf or any caster is sorely pressed by foes. The combat is resolved with no wounds taken or received. Gandalf is keen to get the hell out of dodge, at the same time dishing out some whoop-ass. Priority is lost, but he calls a heroic move. If successful, can Gandalf cast any spells during his heroic move? Yeah. This question could have been a whole lot shorter. Yes, it could. Keep up the good work in supporting my Hobbit habit. Thanks again, gents. It's a pleasure. And yeah, he can.
Yeah, he can. It's just he's going out of the sequence. So yeah, he can.
Barry O'Neill, he's on you here. We like Barry. He's put, what? That was my reaction to Jamie. Seriously, you haven't read the books?
Yeah, it's true.
Unbelievable. I've just finished Lord of the Rings for the third time. Only the third time, Barry? I think I've read it about 20 million times. And I rarely read books more than once. Anyway, my question this week is, if you could have any terrain or completed board to game on, what would you want most?
Lake Town. Lake Town.
Oh, you really? Yeah, you want a Lake Town board, don't you?
Yeah.
Jane wants a Lake Town board. I would like a proper Esquilia. Like a 4x4 proper built Esquilia, like that looked like Esquilia perfectly. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
What else would be cool? No, that's the main one really. I think that'd be cool. Is that because you're planning on making us one? Possible. Next up we got Reuben 1532. But also, just a note on the last alliance, as far as my knowledge goes, the named heroes there were Elendil, Isildur, Anorion, Gil-galad, Elrond, Thranduil-Sfar, Orifer, who charged without commanders or strength in battle. Sorry, not sorry for the second question, but what is your dream battle report? Is it something as huge, like Pelennor or Daggerlad, or something like Jamie and Ed's idea for White Council versus Nazgûl? Also, I can't express enough how great all this is. It consistently kindles my love for the hobby and is just fantastic. Well, thank you very much.
My favourite battle reports are just the ones where interesting things happen. Where stuff that is tense happens. It could be any scenario, any match, just as long as it's interesting to play and to watch back. Because I think some of the more boring battle reps that we have in our sort of history of videos are the ones where it's just as you expect. Like it is just walk forwards and crash and something goes down really quick. The really interesting ones are the ones sort of recently, like Memorial of Lorien, where it's right down to the last combat, and then the Amon Sul one, where it's just you want Boromir to survive.
Oh, Abraham.
Abraham one, sorry,
Yeah, I would agree with that. When the best back reps are the ones where things happen that shouldn't happen. You know, like really shouldn't happen, like really bad dice rolling. Like our most viewed battle report is one of the obviously one of the reasons is because it's one of the earliest.
Yeah.
But there were battle reps that we made before that.
Yeah.
Is one where my dice rolling versus Steve in a 350 point game, I lose like 6 roll-offs, and obviously people like to watch me lose. You know, and that's one of the most popular ones. In terms of a dream, I don't really dream of filming a battle report of any of the massive large battles because I know how hard it is to film and edit these things.
Yeah.
But I have really enjoyed doing things like Barley's 2 and Amon Sul, some more scenarios really.
Especially when you play in the nature of the scenario. Rather than playing to beat the scenario, you just play as the Fellowship did. Yeah.
Yeah, he's making sure he gets his reasons out there for anybody who doesn't, know that he didn't just sit back in the corner and huddle up and shoot and force me to use turns to get up to him.
Yeah.
That's what you say after, of course. Next up, we got Jeremy Smith. He's put, "Hello, boys. How you doing? Say, do you think next time y'all shoot in the car park, you might park elsewhere? Save your backs to something interesting or scenic, like your Tower of London local equivalent? Our Tower of London local equivalent, Stockport. I guess we've got a hat factory in Stockport.
You got, I suppose, Stockport's equivalent of the, I don't know what the other, is it the bridges, the arches? They're a bit iconic.
Oh, the aqueduct thing. Nah. And like, totally put an intro clip on Speak Random Question, or he's called it SP&Q. Maybe do a standard intro for others as well, but especially for this. See, I'm not keen on that.
We did that for a bit, didn't we?
Oh, like a... No, I think it means like an intro like of what this is, and then we start answering the questions. I wouldn't want to do that.
No.
I like the fact that we literally just turn the camera on, we get a question, questions up, and we just answer them, and then when it goes to the edit, we sort the sound out, we make sure the front and the end is properly clipped off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm referring to. I've been checking some of these videos.
Yeah,
There's one of them.
One of them has got a clip. They must have just been like so minuscule. I've not seen when I pulled the next video with him. And he just goes, click. Next video.
It's a Q&A.
Is it?
Good editing, Jamie. I know you're under a lot of editing pressure at the moment, but that was shocking. Yeah, it is. Save time, battery, less work, and most of all, just wait caller. Well, it's more work, because anything that we've got to do in editing takes longer than anything that we've got to do on camera.
Yeah.
Right, so
a lot longer.
A lot longer. So just saying a few things, like giving an intro is absolutely fine. It keeps it organic, and you know, this is just us two turning on the camera and answering your question. Good luck with the Vikings audition.
Thank you very much.
Holy cow, that would be awesome. Love that show. I've still not seen it, but you've sent me a...
I've sent you my password and things so you can log into my Amazon and watch it.
I'm going to get on that. I'm going to get some time. I made a request, now a question. What historical, in real life, miniature tactical wargame scenario would you like to recreate? World War II, the 300, feudal Japan. For me, maybe Peter the Great or Genghis Khan versus the Turks. Thanks for all this work. Keep up your amazing work. First Ager Smith from America. Sign up. First Ager Smith. I don't think you could be any more American if you tried. I've got like an image of...
You could be a bald eagle. So a computer.
Like from the Muppets.
You are all weirdos. Ugh.
That's so funny.
You are very funny, fake people.
I'm gonna cry. We've got to get a picture of that up. We've got to get a picture of it. That's so funny. Oh, we love you. Oh God, you've got to do that.
Yeah.
You've got to do it. I'm crying.
You've got tears.
It's not just the pain.
It is.
Okay, so that's the question. And the question was, what historical in real life miniature tactical war game scenario would you like to do?
It wouldn't be a certain scenario. I'd like to do a campaign based on World War I.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting.
Where you can, if there are some mechanics to advance the trench, or something like that. Trench warfare would be boring as hell to play out in a scenario. So if there was some overarching scheme to how you could tactically play World War I.
I mean, I think, there are a lot of systems out there that cover historical wargaming. I think one of the problems with some of them is the miniatures aren't good enough.
No.
The miniatures aren't good enough, and ultimately, you want to own a beautiful miniature. You get a decent historical miniature and a very good rule set, and I'm open to all sorts.
Have you by any chance looked at the Perry Twins website?
No, for Dark Ages and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I like Dark Age.
So I've been looking more and more at their stuff they do, because they were ex-Games Workshop sculptists who went off to do their own thing. And whenever I look at them, I'm like, well, like the models, they look nice. So it always makes me want to buy them. I've been looking quite a lot at Saga recently.
Yeah, I'm not surprised you got in the whole Viking thing. Well, I'd be up for doing something like that with you, because I'm really into sort of, you can be a Viking, I'll be Anglo-Saxon.
I was going to be a Welshman, but whatever.
Really?
Bowman. That's my place now.
Ooh. You know, you have bowmen in that time were not as effective as wood elves, Jamie. Just bear that in mind.
Welsh land bowmen. Welsh archers. Was picked.
So yeah, I'm into all kinds. So as long as if the miniature's good and the system's good, then yeah. Next up we got Hugh Janus.
Yep.
He's put, how did you guys get into the hobby?
I always walked past Games Workshop and was really interested in what it was. It wasn't until I walked past and noticed my friends from school were in there. Well, I say friends from school, people I knew from school were in there, who then became my friends through the hobby. I walked in and was like, what are you guys doing here? And they were like, oh, you just, you know, you're just in here having a look, nothing special. He's like, what game is it? They were shocked that I liked it, and I was not shocked they liked it. But then we became friends because of it.
Yeah, that's cool.
They introduced me through the Mines of Moria scenario, let you play as the goblins in one. I always put it down to that I was like, oh, I'm great at this game. First game won. But he was using the Fellowship and didn't use any might, will, fate or anything, just the stat lines. I later realised. Yeah, it's let them win the first game. As bad as it sounds, but if you go, I've won this game, I'm good at it, let's go into it. And then I bought Dwarf Rangers and threw them away because I hated them horribly. That's how I got into it, just through by chance.
Yep, I think I've told you guys before, but since you probably haven't heard. Basically, with running my business, all I ever think about is my business. Like, all the time. All the time. It's just in my mind. So I just couldn't relax, and I need to find something that I could relax. And I've always been into Lord of the Rings, and like back when I was 15, there was like this forum game that I was part of, and I went back to that forum to try and recreate that game for the people that was on it, and then was looking for players and found the One Ring, and the One Ring's a really great place. It's for lots of passionate people with this hobby, and it's spread into me, and I give it a go, and now I love it. So that's how I got into it, really. Next up, we've got Touring, TLA. He's got, hey guys, thank you for another brilliant video. You're very welcome. He's got a question. How do you sort out and calculate buys in a tournament? Cheers.
Buys are a really weird thing. Lord of the Rings, you try to avoid using them where possible. Came up in the Desolation of Cumberbatch in Mansfield, didn't it?
I had a big impact.
How they decided to do it was the guys who didn't turn up lost and the other guys won, which is fair, it's essentially conceding. But they won with full possible victory points. So it meant that the scenario was Lords of Battle, and it meant people walked away with sort of like a 99-0 from it, which, you know, it sort of throws victory point scores out the window really when someone's got that high number of victory points. I know with the tournaments that tournament we ran and the ones that I would like to run in the future, I'll try and avoid having sort of the unlimited scenarios in there. So it's capped at 10 maximum, so everyone can earn the same basically.
Yeah.
So
one of the ideas, wasn't it, was just rescaling the draw.
Yeah.
So the people that have missed out effectively get moved to the bottom off the end of the queue, and everybody else gets bumped up. And then if it's an odd number,
the ring they joined in. Yeah. And then we discussed that, and then that skews it even more. Then that, you know, you could play each other again. It's a really horrible thing to do as a tournament organiser, to suddenly have to figure out how you're going to do it as fair as possible. But I think it didn't affect it overall too much in that tournament. Tom Harrison got a cheeky win out of it though.
Oh yes he did, but he's charming, so
it is
we don't mind it. Next up we've got Ben Howell. He's put, g'day guys, I'm Ben and I play Dwarves and Grey Company for good, and for evil he plays as Mordor and Angmar.
That's good.
I've been watching your videos and back reps for a while now, and this is my first time asking questions. Well,
good
welcome.
One.
Welcome to Speak Penny Questions.
You two are stuck in the loop now of just asking questions every week. Welcome.
He's put, I'm from Australia. I got it right then with me, good day. I'm from Australia, former Games Workshop staff, was out of the hobby for 4 years, came back and fell back into the hobby after being a massive collector and primary 40k player. Okay. Question 1. I'm working on my Grey Company army, need help making it competitive, would love some help. Suggestions, tips, tricks, combos, anything? Can you help me? Well, standard Grey Company, 500 points, is Arathorn or Halbrand. Whatchamacallit?
3 range to the north, Rangers 6 without, 6 with spear. Malbeth, 3 rangers, 6 with shield, 6 with spear, 6 without. 80, that's probably about your 500, isn't it?
Yep.
If you're going bigger than 500, twins maybe, or I would prefer to include a wizard for cast by light.
Yep.
That way you completely dominate shooting.
Yeah.
And it forces you, even if your opponent's got more bows than you, they have to come to you, and you can just play the game. Not the most fun game, but where you just avoid combat.
Yeah, my first army was Grey Company. And I really like the theme, but the way of playing, which is interesting really with the Rohan, because with the Rohan I do skirmish, but with the Rohan it feels like I'm always trying to get into position to charge.
Yeah.
So it's not a case that I'm just...
You're just avoiding.
Just avoiding, no.
Yeah.
But I've been playing in the local Australia tournaments as of late. Would you be interested in an Aussie reports?
Yeah.
I don't know what it means.
If you mean sort of like, but what would be the best thing to do? I think rather than us read out any reports, is to write up your tournament review and post it in the One Ring and the GBHL or the Great British Hobbit League Facebook group, and let us read it all. It seems to be nice to hear about other tournaments going on around the world.
Yeah, rather than us reading out sort of a big long report.
Yeah.
Next up we've got Graham Sargent. The Sarge, she's put, "Hi guys, sorry for not asking a question for the last couple of weeks, but I've been liking and sharing, honest." Well, that's what matters.
You better be.
My question this week is regarding the forthcoming Throne of Skulls. Day 2 games, I'm really wanting to use my Dwarf army. I really like playing these, but I think I may suffer with games that require speed and manoeuvrability to gain the advantage. Any thoughts how I can make my Dwarves viable on Day 2 without adding a Mirkwood Ranger contingent? Cheers. Chucking. Wahir.
Yeah. Wahir. She seems to be the problem solver for most forces.
For these Desolation.
Desolation of Smile. I keep saying Desolation of Stockport.
Yeah, I do as well. I'll just stop myself then.
Yeah, go ahead. Good general, basically for these ones.
You're going for speed, aren't you?
Speed. Alfred, just that you can call 3 heroic marches essentially. But just keep plowing forwards.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough with dwarves, I reckon. Slow armies are going to be penalised, I think, quite heavily.
Yeah, might do alright on the first day.
Yeah.
Might do alright on the first day, the second day might be tough. Next up we've got Dark Templar. He's put, "Hey guys, I am living in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Any ideas how to get some Lord of the Rings strategy battle gaming in? I have 3 large armies, Moria, Gondor and Iron Hills. Anyone planning a vacation to Hawaii anytime soon?"
I wish.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, how much money do you have? Because we'll come over and play you. Like,
Pay for our tickets.
get us over, I'll come to Hawaii. I'd come to Hawaii to play it. It's just a case of money. If this place goes well, then maybe in a couple of years. Thanks for all you guys do to support your hobby. Well, it's an absolute pleasure. We love it, don't we?
What could you do to find players? What's it called? The One Ring Player Finder location.
Yep, the population finder.
That's the one. I think there might be some. Check for. Just go Google. Just search for like wargaming. I don't know, groups in
Hawaii.
And join their Facebook pages, whatever, and just ask the questions. And keep asking them, and eventually someone will cave and buy Lord of the Rings.
Yes, they will. Next up, we got Tour Seragon. He's put, "Hi guys, I got bored painting orcs, so decided to start a Harad army. Started painting them last week while watching your Speak Friend in Question, and was mortified to hear you booing Harad, calling them broken." It's 'cause they are.
Some of them.
Yeah. Bango's 50 quid on 6 Watches of Karna, 2 Hasharin, 2 Half Trolls, and Suladan.
Scumbag.
Did you do it after we heard that they were broken? You were like,
Yes.
yes, I need to buy this force. Yeah, it's because they're undercosted for what they do.
Especially, it's mainly Watchers, Reavers, and to some extent the Brecon Guard are all just a bit cheap for their abilities.
So my question for you is, if you were new to the hobby and had 50 notes to spend on something new, what would you buy? Not including more Rohan. Good work guys, keep it up. So if I was new to the hobby and had 50 notes.
already own the rulebook.
That's a good point.
Assuming we own the rulebook and dice and tape measuring, you have the starter set.
Yeah, I'm sure he wants like an interesting.
Yeah.
Like, what models would we go for?
What ones will I go for?
50 gnomes.
Stumpy question.
I'm going to imagine that I was 10 years old again and I decided to get involved in this hobby. I'll probably pick out something cool. I'll probably be getting like the Bayons and the Eagles and stuff like that because they look cool.
Yeah,
The big
that's
models.
the Games Workshop's sales strategy for most for all systems.
And I think I would well fall for it.
Yeah. If I was doing it now, I'd want to sort of make my Gondor army bigger, so probably more Guards of the Fountain Court and probably Boromir.
Yeah, Boromir's fun.
Faramir.
Boromir was cool. Yeah. Yeah, cool Gondor army. That'd be good. Next up, we've got Tetchy Fiend. He's put, hey guys, firstly, James, how did you get into Biotic Fit? As in, did you take a course or anything related to it in university? Well, I didn't go to university to become a personal trainer. Personal training, you do like a private course with private companies. So I did mine with Executive Fitness Careers, I think it was called, and got some of it on finance. It's like a few £1,000s, quite expensive, but these courses anybody could do. Like you could go and do a personal training course and be a personal trainer. Yeah. It's like most things. It's what you actually do when you are a personal trainer, and the case studies you do and stuff like that. In terms of how to get into Biotic Fit, well, I created Biotic Fit. That's how I got into it. I used to work for a military fitness company called British Military Fitness, which is like a national company.
BMF.
That's the one. And we fell out, so so I set up my own product, and that's how Biotic Fit started. And over 3 years old now, and here's the next 3 years. If you know anybody in the Manchester Stockport area needs to get fit, you tell them to come to me. He's put, secondly, in Throne of Skulls, would a Mirkwood force that took Rivendell Knights as well be put in the Forces of Light category?
It's the Hobbit force.
Hobbit good.
There's been a lot of confusion in this. It's saying if you take it from this or this, it means if you take a book, or if you take a force purely consisting of Hobbit miniatures and Hobbit rules, it will be a Hobbit force. If you were to combine the Hobbit models with the Lord of the Rings models, it would be a Forces of Light. So you'll be in the Hobbit category.
There you go. Good answer there from Giblin. Next up we've got Max Robinson. He's put, thanks for answering my first question. I think you got me confused with another subscriber with a similar name.
We do it a lot, apparently.
We just assume we know you all.
Yeah.
You know, these are very personal things, aren't they? Speak for any question. We're in your study. I was about to say bedroom then, but that'd be really We are in your study. Your painting desk. We are on your painting desk.
Yeah, painting desk.
On a screen.
You're watching us in your bedroom. You weirdo. Pervert. Go away.
Do I? He's put my question this week, is it worth buying Baragon to add to a Gondor army? As he is so expensive, I found prices ranging from £30 to £40.
I've got one on eBay for 12 quid. Check it out. But, yeah, he is. If you can find him at a decent price, yeah, he's more worth it.
And he's worth it not because he's good, but because
he's cheap.
He's cheap.
And he's bodyguarded, and he's got a strength 3 bow, and he's defense 6, and he's a good hero.
It just means that you can bring more cool stuff. So if you've got cheap heroes like that, you can bring more Fountain Court Guard, or you can bring like Boromir or kitted up Faramir and cool stuff.
You can either really increase your troops or bring a really big hero.
Daniel Jones. He's put, all my days! I'll be in England for your next tournament in September. That is exciting.
Last weekend of September it is.
Last week of September, we're going to see there. Desolation of Stockport 2.0.
Is that what it's been called?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's my contribution. So, when Jamie says, in September that he did all of the work, do you just remember this moment?
Can we not call it like... Should we call it that and then like at the last minute change it like they've done with There and Back Again? Stockport 2.0 and then we actually just call it last minute, like, especially now in the Battle of the Five Armies.
Yeah, a few people were using Desolation, we had Desolation of Cumberbatch, and then...
Well, Desolation of Cumberbatch was out before us. We then took Desolation of Stockport and I was like, well...
yeah, that's true. East Grinstead go for Desolation.
Desolation of East Grinstead. Now it's the Unexpected Desolation.
Come on, guys. So yeah, he's put. We'll be called to represent the Great Australia. We'll need to cash in some major brownie points with the missus. Yes, you will. Mine's just been texting me now. Where are you? No, I'm at the gym. Well, I am. I am.
You're not lying.
I'm not lying. So I haven't posted a question in over a month. Have been a bit of a jobber. That must be Australian slang for slacker. So my question today is, I'm thinking of adding Corsairs to my Harad army, but I'm not quite sure if they are worth it.
Yes.
Over some of the other elite options Harad have. What are your
Maybe.
thoughts? Keep up the awesome work.
Convert them to Reavers and your job's done.
Yeah, with axes.
They're probably your cheapest elite is Reavers, because you can buy the 12 Corsairs and then convert them to be Reavers.
Yeah.
If you're going for watches or the fat guys, you're going to pay the money for metal.
Yeah, you are. Serpent Guard go for quite a lot of stuff now, don't they?
Yeah, Serpent Guard. Serpent Guard used to be the only elite troop, and then it kind of all swung.
That'd have been alright.
Yeah.
Maybe the only elite troop. That would work.
Well, the lists used to be separate. They used to have Harad, used to have all the Harad stuff in it, and Umbar used to be its own list.
Yeah.
So you'd have Corsairs of Umbar, Corsair Blisters, Corsair Reavers, and Haradrim, Fat Guys. And so Haradrim was still the more competitive, but Reavers and things. So, but should we call if they were again? So you didn't get this sort of Harad generals leading Reavers. You had the Umbar force, and you had the
Deadliest Warbands. I wonder what happens. So exciting. Well, I know what happens. It's still exciting though. So next up we've got Solar Chipmunk. He's put, so, James and Charles in the same book as me. Too bad, guys. I got 5 wins in the last TOS.
Ooh.
Is that fighting talk?
I think it is.
Solar Chipmunk, you're going down, boy. You're going down. I don't mean that. You'll probably beat me. He put, I got 5 wins in the last TOS, but did only come 27th or something.
Yeah, it's all about the VPs. All about your VPs.
About the Shaman versus Sharky, as an Isengard player who can keep his opinion to himself, I think that depends on your army. If you're using all Uruks, it could be decent, but if you're using Orcs as well, the Shaman can't affect them, so it loses half its value.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's the question. If someone wants to take 2 dragons in a 700 points matchup, what upgrade should they have? Thanks for the awesome videos again. It's a pleasure.
I personally would say both have Tough Hide and Fly.
Tough Hide and Fly. What are the other ones they have?
Right,
Breathe, Fire and Wormtongue.
Yes, yeah. Do you know them?
What they do?
Yeah.
No.
No, okay. Right.
Kind of, but...
Wormtongue, you get a 3-point of will to cast a spell, either Sap Will, Drain Courage, or Transfix. Or Transfix, Compel, and Sap Will.
So you can just throw a free dice.
Free dice in it, yeah.
That's cool. So like a star power.
Yeah,
like
essentially.
for those
Yeah.
spells. That's cool. I like that.
Breathe Fire, you can expend a will point to cast a bow shot. That is the fire. It does a strength 9 or 10 hit on the model is instantly slain regardless of wounds, and everyone within 3 inches takes a strength 6 hit. So big area of effect impact there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Fly obviously gives it fly, so it can move 12 inches. And Tough Hide takes it from defense 7 and 7 wounds to defense 9 and 9 wounds.
That's a big difference.
That
That's a
huge-
massive difference.
So Tough Hide,
That's really important. You've got to have Tough Hide.
Tough Hide goes number 1.
Yeah.
Because defense 9 suddenly means heroes are winning you on straight 6s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to take that, and what's the best with that? Well, fly, because you want to get into combat. You want to be able to have that manoeuvrability.
Yeah.
Breathe Fire. If you got 2 of them, you might have one with Tough Hide and Fly, with the one with Breathe Fire and Fly. But I think just keep them.
Tough Hide. Tough Hide. Tough Hide. Tough Hide.
Yeah. I think just Tough Hide and Fly are the ones you go for.
Yep, I would agree with that based on what you were just saying. Next up, we've got the one and only Churchill Master! Churchill! It's
almost
Churchill. Churchill. It's like echoey
yeah.
Churchill Master. Like yodeling. You got a few things to go home and practice this week.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know how to yodel.
Hi, he was a lonely goat herd, lay. I don't know all the words to sound the music. That is not me. What's he put? He's put, hello guys, did you notice that there are no Gundabad orcs to order from the Games Workshop site?
Is that true?
Is that true? Comment below. And if, in your opinions, this means that Games Workshop is preparing a plastic box for these orcs. As always, cheers from Poland. Well, I do like your optimism, because usually people are quite pessimistic.
Oh, they're off the website. The world is ending.
The hobby is over. We'll never be able to play this game again. Of course we can.
Yeah.
Of course we can play.
I don't know if they're not there or not. I've not checked. But yeah, if they have gone, they might just be remaking them. I doubt we'll get plastic box sets though.
I doubt we will. I doubt we will.
We can always hope though. We can live and hope.
The Prancing Pony. He's put, thank you for holding the fort at GBHL podcast, Jamie. James, sort it out.
Yeah, sort it out, James. Also, no, wait, thank you, Prancing Pony. You share every single video that comes up. You always get a notification saying this video was shared by the Prancing Pony. So thank you for doing it.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's what all of you need to be doing. If you would like a shout out from the Goblin, then you need to first up suck up to him and tell him how much better he is than me. and then yeah, you need to share the videos. And he's put, my question is, what scene from The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, would you like to see recreated in a gaming board? So a scene from The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, recreated in a gaming board.
I guess a really cool one would be the Bridge of Khazad-dûm.
Yes.
That'd be cool to see, like, just raised up on either side and then a really thin little bridge.
Just one Gandalf there and then a Balrog on the other side.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
And then if you go the opposite way, like Pelennor or like the Siege of Minas Tirith or Helm's Deep, where you got just tons of models. You have the really cinematic one, or one that's just so visually impressive.
Yeah, I'd agree with those. Good suggestions. Next up we've got Reuben 1532. Hey, Reuben, you've been all over it this week. He's put, hey guys, thanks for the Saturday video. Made for a great afternoon painting session.
Oh yeah,
I
completely forgot it was not Sunday. Because I
saw this, I was like, what?
I was in my head, it was Sunday. I was like, I've got to post the Q&A today. It's Sunday, post it. The Sunday came the next day, I didn't even realise. It wasn't until Monday, I was like...
It's a Prancing Pony, he might be holding the fort. He's not holding it very well, is he?
Sally in fourth.
That's he's had enough of the siege conditions.
Charge. I'll do what I want.
Yeah, I'll just...
Midnight study a swap band for everyone.
Which is what it's like at the moment. It's like a deadliest water band, lost the bomb.
It's been 2 days, another.
Do you know what? I've had enough. I'm going to post a Sunday Q&A on a Saturday. Let's see how they like that.
He liked it.
Yeah, he did. He did like it. Well, what's his question? I think it's the last question that's come up on my phone.
Really? You've done 30 comments already?
I think so, yeah.
That's
about an hour.
Yeah.
That's about right. If we've not answered your question, it's not our fault. It's because the phone says that this is the last one. So he's put, my question this week is about your collections. Do you have anything you're particularly proud of in your collections in terms of rarity or paint jobs? He's put, I recently stripped some old, really darn old, models from back when the magazines came out with the models. And I cursed the 10-year-old at me for doing such a rubbish job. I'm quite proud of my metal Wood Elves and metal Urukai Scouts and the original metal Fellowship. So go on and gloat and be proud of the presumably epic collection over there in England. Thanks, guys.
I don't really have anything I'm huge about. I'm quite happy with the paint job I've got on my dragon. Things of rarity. I don't know, things I didn't think were rare have become rare, like Madril. I've got Madril and Kyrian just sat at home, so I guess I'm happy I've got them, but I wouldn't in my head think, yes, I've got Madril, get in. That's the one that has completed my hobby dreams. I don't really have anything like that. I know a couple of especially, he's got the Forge World Amon Soul that was only available in shops to order.
Isn't he giving that to us for free?
Yeah, apparently so, yeah.
I'm sure he sent me a message saying.
He's definitely not.
I'm sure he did. He sent me a message. He said,
must have...
"James, I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused over the course of a few Q&As."
Yeah, he definitely.
So I'm going to give you that Amon Soul for free because I love you. I love you too, Ed, and it would be gratefully received.
you wish.
Yeah.
He's had some very lucrative offers, so I've heard.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah.
People wanted to finish their collection off.
Don't take those offers. Just give it to me for free. I know that's what you want to do. Things I'm proud of. Well, paint job wise, I was really proud when I painted my AMA, my first AMA. I think that's quite a good paint job, considering it was quite early on.
Something I am actually quite happy that I got is that I've got the fellowship base from Barlin's Tomb, the Forge World one of them. So
yeah,
that's like
cool.
something I'm happy with, I guess.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
I've got the breaking of the fellowship on there.
Yeah, the breaking of the fellowship, I recently just picked that up and you unboxed that in the car.
Yeah.
I'm really glad to have those models because after seeing them when Damien unboxed them, or when me and Damien unboxed them down here, so I was like, these are cool models. Like that's one of the times where I've unboxed somebody else's models and then thought, actually I really want these because they are cool poses. So yeah, I'm really glad to have them. Really chuffed with my AMA paint job. I was really chuffed with my Eagle and Treebeard.
Yeah.
They've turned out quite well. It's a bit of a shame, but there's like some gaps in the Eagle. You know, and I'm a bit gutted that
you didn't take the time whilst making it to green stuff in them.
Because then it would have looked really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really, really proud of them. Obviously, I'm really proud of my Eladan and Elra here paint job.
Shadow Flame.
No.
Oh,
Me.
You know, if you're using Airwin, you can't enter the painting competition at Throne Schools because you don't paint it.
So. I don't think I'll be interested anyway. Do you know what, that's the thing. I am quite proud of how my Rohan force, all cavalry, before it all gets knocked over by monsters and Nectar's Rot and all of those horrible things, which inevitably happens a couple of turns in, and then I have to put rubbishy foot models on. But I think it looks really cool.
Yeah,
it looks cool on the table, and I think it's because of the bases.
Yeah. a good base can really make like an average model stand up, which I'm not saying yours are average.
Sorry, Mr. Harrison. Kick me while I'm down.
No, you know what I mean though. A good base can make a model seem so much better than it is. Yeah. In the nicest way possible.
That was one of the things I enjoyed about the 1,000 points in Mansfield, was seeing 1,000 points of all mounted Rohan on the table. It just looks cool.
Yeah.
It did look cool. Anybody play me? It did look cool, didn't it? You know, before you started to destroy it, and then I had to start getting rubbishy, like half-painted Sons of Aelon foot models out.
Captains of Rohan.
So yeah, I'm quite proud of that, I suppose. Yeah, I think that is it for us. We are done with this week's Speak Friendly question. Now, one thing that we haven't done this week
The scouring
is the scouring
of YouTube.
You've got to get into it because it's like the echo. The echoiness. Do you not hear the scouring? The echo then? Listen to this. The scouring of YouTube. That is cool. That is cool.
Whether it transfers to video, we'll find out.
Now, last week we scoured some because we were supporting a hobbyist.
Yes, his hobby outside the hobby that we play.
Yes, we did.
We're supporting the Rosy Way.
We did indeed, and I think a few of you went on there and listened to him and gave him a bit of support, so that was really, really good.
About 7 comments I counted up today. I don't know who did it, but we got 7.
Yeah, I think that we get about 7 people
who go and comment on it.
That definitely do it.
It'd be interesting to find out how many like it, who go over to the video like, but then don't leave a comment. You've got to leave a comment for the scouring.
Yeah, you've got to go on there, like when you scour, you have to go on there and put, you have been scoured, you know, love from, okay? So, who are we going to scour this week? Well, I think we should scour on the big boys. I really do, and try and steal some of their subscribers.
Who are we doing?
I think that we should do Beasts of War.
Ooh.
That's right. I think that Jamie is going to go and pick an appropriate Beasts of War video. and he's going to go on there and he's going to give a link to that below. And you guys are all going to go on there. You're all going to get on that Beast of War video, and you're going to go, you guys are almost... No, you're not going to say that, really. You're not going to say it because they're not. It's really professional.
They've got a studio.
They've got a real studio. So, wait, look. Look, it's got a fire exit sign and everything. Fluorescent tube lighting. Panels. We are actually, just so that you know, we are actually sat on my front desk.
Because there are no seats in our studio.
No, there aren't.
Studio.
Yes, there are no seats here. So we're gonna scour a Beast of War video. Jamie, go and pick an appropriate one. You guys have got to go on there, and you've got to go on there, and you've got to appear to be the most interesting community.
Well, they are the most interesting community online. What are you talking about? Appear to be.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. You are the most interesting community online. Well done, thanks. Well done. And you're going to go on there, and you're just going to be like, guys, you know, if you love Beasts of War, you like that channel, you need to get on and you need to check out this Hobbit channel. They do excellent as well, do they? And I want you to effectively put testimonials on this Beast of War website to direct, or Beast of War YouTube video, to direct people to us. That is your mission this next week. I will be checking. And remember, there is always going to be that additional scouring, which is making sure that you get onto the sit and talks.
Yeah, you're currently on 2+2.
Is that it?
One of them's me.
That's not good enough.
And one of them's probably you. You've not helped us this week, guys. Guys, yeah, you're not even on the top comments bit. I had to go back to like page 6 to find you.
You've been rubbish this week. You need to sort it out, right? If I put a thing on Mini Wargaming to talk about the Hobbit, you need to get on there because they get like hundreds of thousands of people watching their videos, hundreds of thousands, and if you're getting on there and you're liking the SBG stuff, that's getting read out first, and that means people are more likely to hear about the Hobbit hobby. So remember to support your Hobbit hobby and get on that.
You'll need to sign up to their sort of forum to do it, but please do it.
Yes.
Please. Because it's one way that we're going to grow, hopefully, through them, just people bringing people to us, and it just gets the word out to so many people.
It does. So many people. It's more exposure. If you want to help your Hobbit hobby and spreading the word, and you know you've already told all of your friends, then the internet's a good way to go, and that's one way that you can really help us, is to give that thumbs up to any question. Because I'll ask a question every week that will be to do with the Hobbit. You know, if you've got any questions you want me to put in, because sometimes I'm really scraping the barrel, because obviously I know everything.
But to give these guys an idea of sort of the number of comments that we get 30 in this video. When I checked today, I think he has something like 368 or so that he will just pick the top ones ranked on. So, chance of you being there with +2 is pretty slim.
Yeah, it is.
And if it is, it'll be the really back end of the thing.
Yeah. Might be worth trying to remind everybody tonight when we get home.
Yeah.
Going on to the Q&A, the last one, and going, guys, why have you not been on this? Sort it out. We need at least 3 more likes.
I think the lowest on that list is +7. So you've got 6 more, really. Or 5 more, we all just minus those ones.
Well, it's been about an hour and 15 minutes since Jane texted me to come home for my tea. So, so I think that it's time to go.
Wrap up.
It has. This has been GBHL James.
And GBHL Jamie.
With another week's edition of Speak, Friend and Question. Make sure you comment, like, share and subscribe.
Support your Hobbit hobby.
And happy strategy. Bye.